Hello, everyone, and welcome to Winners of the World. I'm your host, Dylan Wiley. On this show, we are going to focus on the men and women who are winners in their field, those who excel at what they do, and the accomplishments that make them one of the winners of the world. What I plan to do on this show is give you a background into who these people are, what they do, and what makes them successful. The person I'd like to talk about in this first episode is Ben Roethlisberger, a man who served as the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers for 18 seasons, led them to 2 Super Bowl victories, and won countless games. Ben Roethlisberger was born in Lima, Ohio, and stood 6 feet 5 inches tall, which for an NFL quarterback is a little taller than the average height. You don't see many guys standing in the backfield with a frame that tall. But at 6'5", he rightfully got the nickname Big Ben that stuck with him throughout his whole career. He played his college football at Miami. And no, it's not that Miami you're thinking of. He played it at the glorious Miami, Ohio. After completing his time there, he got drafted with the 11th overall pick in the 2004 draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the 2004 NFL draft is a draft class that was loaded with lots of talent. Some names that were also selected in that draft class you might recognize. 2 other quarterbacks that went to teams in 2004 were Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers. So it was a pretty stacked draft class full of lots of talent. But he got drafted by the Steelers, and some of his accomplishments that he achieved during his time in Pittsburgh was, according to a ESPN article by Brooke Pryor, she listed some of the accomplishments he had in his time playing there. He led them to 2 Super Bowl victories, which I would say was probably the most important accomplishments of his career. He led them there in 2006, so it would have been 2 years after he got drafted. They played the Seahawks and beat them. And then a few years later, in 2009, they played the Arizona Cardinals and beat them for his 2nd Super Bowl of his career. He won the Rookie of the Year awards his rookie year, and in his time playing for the Steelers, he made 6 Pro Bowls. Up to the time of his retirement, he was ranked 5th in the NFL for most passing yards with 64,088 yards. So made the most of his time in Pittsburgh, threw for a lot of yards, had quite a few accomplishments, and got a lot of national recognition for what he did there. After 18 seasons leading the Steelers as their quarterback, he posted a video to Twitter following their defeat this past postseason in a game they played against the Kansas City Chiefs and lost in the first round. He posted on Twitter that he was announcing his retirement. This was something that had kind of been speculated and he'd kind of hinted at throughout the whole season, but had never made an official, statement about it. He just kind of let it be speculated throughout most of the season. But then right after they got eliminated this past postseason, he announced his retirement. So the Steelers will have to have a tall order to fill next season, trying to find a new quarterback to replace Ben. He was quite successful in his time there. He had a long career and set all sorts of records, both nationally and team records. So he made the most of his time there. He was a great leader and a real winner in his time there. So that's just a little bit about Ben Roethlisberger. I picked him as my first person to speak about because I'm a lifelong Steelers fan. So I have a bit of a bias towards him. So it's my show. I'll put him first, But thank you guys for tuning in this week. I hope to see you guys next week. But until then, go out and be winners of the world.